wealthiest man in history. Number 1. Mansa Musa of Mali, 1312–1337. Mansa Musa, he first ruled a kingdom that spanned the entire continent of Africa, and his territories were in control of important trade routes and the richest gold reserves in the world. He amazed spectators by leading a brilliant procession of slaves and camels carrying gold bars, staffs, and dust during a journey to Mecca. He was known, however, for supporting a legal system and academic research. Mansa Musa's success is a result of his ability to obtain as much gold as he desired. The anticipated wealth would amount roughly $400 billion. Number 2. John D. Rockefeller, 1839–1937. The Standard Oil Company, which at its height produced 90–95% of the oil consumed in the US, was founded by Rockefeller, and he was a major stakeholder. He finally became America's first billionaire after the success of his first refinery in Ohio through wise investments. At least $540 million of his money was given to charity. Number 3. Andrew Carnegie, 1835–1919. Before starting his own company to sell steel, this Scottish-American tycoon rose through the ranks of the Pennsylvania Railroad Company. In 1901, he sold his business to investor J.P. Morgan for a record $480 million. Carnegie earned $250 million as his personal share. However, at the time of his death, his fortune had been significantly depleted due to significant philanthropic commitments. Number 4. Marcus Licinius Crassus, the Rich, 115–53 BCEE. This Roman statesman had his hands in many pies, the most lucrative of which was real estate that he had seized or acquired at a discount while it was on fire. His fortune was calculated to be 200 million sesterces, or roughly $565.9 million, having benefited from these public calamities. It was said that after he passed away in battle, his adversary punished his gluttony by pouring molten gold into his mouth. Number 5. Nicholas II of Russia, 1868–1918. In 1894, Nicholas II, the last Tsar of Russia's opulent court, inherited the wealth of the illustrious Romanov imperial line. In addition to being on show in magnificent mansions, jewelry, and works of art, much was related to the state. The majority of the assets were taken over by Bolshevik revolutionaries after Nicholas and his close family were murdered in 1918. His estimated net worth is $300 billion. Number 6. Mr. Osman Ali Khan, 1886–1967. The world's most productive diamond mines and a thriving pearl business were among his rich inheritance when he assumed the princedom of the Indian state of Hyderabad in 1911. His exalted highness was given as a reward for his devotion to the British Empire, and he generously donated money to public transportation and education. It was claimed that despite his tremendous wealth, he wore the same fees for 35 years. His estimated net worth is $35.8 billion. Number 7. William the Conqueror, Copton 87. Despite being an illegitimate child, this Norman lord gained power in France through marriage and obtained territory in the 11th century before seizing the English crown by conquest. He liberally left his friends' property and titles while in power from 1066 to 1087, putting them up in opulent style. As King of England, William the Conqueror had an estimated net worth of $229.5 trillion after accounting for inflation. Number 8. Jacob Fugger, 1459–1525. In his 30s, this German businessman and banker expanded the family textile business. He later enhanced his wealth through silver mining, banking, and commercial commerce, finally ruling European business. He used his financial clout to further the Habsburg monarchy's prosperity, while also gaining a lot of political power. According to estimates, Fugger would have a net worth of about $400 billion if measured in current US dollars. Number 9. Henry Ford, 1863–1947, a farmer's son and mechanically inclined engineer, first experimented with horseless carriages in Detroit before working with railroad cars and steam engines. After 2 unsuccessful attempts, the Ford Motor Company was founded in 1903, and the Model EX release made the automobile accessible to the great multitude while also giving him a substantial personal fortune. His total wealth was $200 billion. Number 10. Cornelius Vanderbilt, 1794-1877, a Staten Island native born in Port Richmond, took out a loan as a young businessman to start a ferry service. He gradually took over administration of other steamboat projects via perseverance and good fortune before investing in railroad stocks. Even though he was frequently referred to as a robber baron, he helped Tennessee's Vanderbilt University grow. The estimated value of Vanderbilt was $105 million. He bequeathed his son William, Billy, and his 4 grandkids threw him $95 of his $105 million.